Good afternoon, everyone. It's Louise here from Eleanor Grace. As you can see, I have Ella here with me, just here. She is, she's been a vital process of the planning as well as the recording. It seems now. So you're just going to have to bear with us because she's in really good spirits today for a 18-year-old cat. She's had 4 dinners and she's decided that she wants to be fully involved in every stage of the process. So I've given up fighting her. So I know, Jennifer, your daughter will be thrilled because she's always looking out for Ella in the videos. So you have a nice little view of her ears and paws here for the moment. And we will crack on with today's video. So I hope you've had a little think about the prompts we had last time. Last time I talked about 2 prompts and also the fact that our Facebook group, Slow Stitching by Hand with Eleanor Grace, has a monthly theme, which this month is circles. And I gave you 2 prompts, which were based on 2 of these little Twinchies here that I made. So if you missed the first sessions, probably best to go back and have a look, but we're basically looking at 2-inch pieces or 5-centimetre pieces. The prompts we had last time were motifs, so I've got a little motif in the centre here, and then lace collage. So that's those 2 there that we've already done. I'm going to give you the prompts for these, and I'm also going to show you something I've been working on to do with circles. So this, if I can zoom in, Ella, if that's quite all right. This is a little bit of fun I had here with circles. I started off with a pen that sort of that can be wiped out with a bit of heat. So I know Friction is one brand. This pen I had was from the Quilted Bear, which was somewhere from the UK, and I just got a circular object and I just did a line around it. In fact, I did a dashed line around it and then decided that's what I was going to do. And I then came inside and did sort of smaller and smaller circles until I got into the centre. So that was a little bit of fun, and that goes with our circles theme. And one of the themes today is also based on circles. So I thought I will show you those. One of our prompts today is, as I say, based on circles. So the 2, thank you, Ella, for your foot. That's really very helpful. The other 2 that we've got here, this is going to be fun, isn't it? The other prompts that we're going to have here. So this one is based on circles. You wouldn't think it from initially looking at it, but if you remember a little while ago, we had a video which I did on making a sort of present topper to go on top of, you know, presents when you're giving them away. You could also actually put them you know, on top of your shoes if you're wearing court shoes or something like that. And this is actually all made with circles that were left over from there. I'm just going to get a couple to show you, just to show you. These are some of the little circles I had left over. I've got very few left because the ones I had left over I sent out in the packs, which have now all sold out, but I will get some more bits and bobs on the Etsy shop this weekend into Monday. So what I did here is I just layered these across here, overlapping each other, and then, you know, put the odd bit of lace or whatever I had on top, and then embroidered. So it sort of, I thought it'd be nice to make it what I've done here, make the prompt secret circles, so you don't know once you've finished them that they were all circles. You can't really tell here easily that each of these underneath was a circle. So I think that will be the first prompt for this week, secret circles. So if you want to have a go, just cut out. I cut out with pinking shears and just overlapped them. They were generally a bit smaller than this large one here, but if you overlap them, then stitch over them, perhaps put a bit of lace over the top, That's you know, exactly the effect that I've got here, and you can't really tell that underneath is all circles. So secret circles, there we go, that's the first one. And the second one is this, which is thank you, Ella. Yeah, you're going to come and check it out, that one. Yes, that's the one, you're quite right. This is a piece of fabric, just a piece of patterned fabric, which I've just done a limited number of stitches in. So I've more or less stuck to 3 stitches. Thanks, Ella. Yeah, that really helps, the camera angle, very important. And so what I would suggest is doing something like this. So sort of a limited palette of colours and a limited palette of stitches, so it's very, very simple on a nice patterned background. So I thought that might be a bit fun. Whether you just want to stick to 1 stitch, I've done obviously a lot of well, you could call it running stitch, or it almost goes into seed stitch in places as well. And I've only used 2 colours here. They are very similar, so you probably can't tell that well between them. This side here is a little bit of a sort of mint green, whereas this is a bit of a just very soft green here. And then I've used soft pinks and whites in the middle. So what you need to do to do that is just find a nice bit, a bit like this, a bit of fabric with a nice pattern that you can follow, and you know, follow the lines of the pattern, and then do a limited, you know, palette and a limited number of stitches. Initially I was going to stick to 1. I was just going to do a little sort of seed stitch or running stitch, but I ended up getting a bit overexcited and ended up doing some chain stitches here and a couple of French knots. But yeah, see if you can limit and restrict yourself. A couple of people on the group have said it's really nice actually working on smaller pieces, whether it's the Twinchies or 3-inch pieces, Twinchies, let's call them, or 4 inches Frenchies, I don't know. It's nice. So people have said it's actually quite nice to challenge yourself by sort of using small pieces and trying to work within that, and it will give us a good basis for moving on to the snippet roll. A couple of quizzes. We've also had a couple of people sort of wanting to know when we're getting on to the snippet roll. Just sort of want to remind everyone that I'm doing this at a slow pace, partly for my own sort of health and well-being, but also for new people who haven't really stitched that much before. I don't want to rush on, but I appreciate that, you know, some of you might be gunning to get on to the next stage, and I can tell you that so 2 weeks tomorrow, which will be Sunday the 26th of January, it's a Sunday this time, 7 p.m. I will be back with plans for moving on to the snippet rolls. In the meantime, we will have 2 weeks now, or 2 weeks in a day, to do perhaps a few Twinchies or Twinchies, or whatever you've decided to do. If you haven't already joined the group, the Facebook group, and you want to, please, it's Slow Stitching by Hand with Eleanor Grace, and please do answer the questions. The questions are there to you know, to make sure we don't get sort of bots in the group, and you know, that we're letting in people who are you know, really interested in stitching. We're not wanting to make it difficult, but obviously I'm just wanting to ensure that, you know, you're able to come in without being delayed. So I do try to do them as soon as I can. If you are in America or Australia, New Zealand, obviously I'm working on British hours, so do bear with me. But I've got the lovely Sandy helping me as well, albeit she's also in the UK, and we do try to let you in as soon as we can. As I said, I've also got my Etsy shop, which will be restocked, and I will put a little message on here as well as in the group, and you know, we can you can have a look at some of the things that I've got that might be helpful. The other thing I wanted to say is next week I was going to have a break and not do one next week, but what I've decided to do is record something for you and release it next week. So it'll be Saturday at 6 again. Now this is going to be quite exciting. I'm going to give you a challenge. I know all of these are little challenges in themselves, but I'm going to give you a particular challenge. And you know, I obviously work. I know some of you do, some of you don't. But I thought it might be something that would be quite fun. There's not going to be a sort of time frame on it, but if you wanted to do it within the week between the challenge being set next week and us meeting again on the 26th, it will be live on the 26th. So you're going to be seeing me and going to be seeing my face. As you know, I'm very shy, don't like to go on camera particularly, but I am going to come on live, and I thought it would be nice to have a little chat rather than you just see me and my hands and Ella's paws here and there. Just a reminder, you know, slow stitching is meant to be really mindful and beneficial for your health, and I'm sure a lot of you do find it to be so. But we're going to take our time with this. We've got 3 months to do this, so it is going to be a nice and easy session. But for those who are very keen to move on to the snippet rolls, as I say, 26th of January, it's a Sunday, 7 o'clock. I'll be going live, and I will be notifying on the group, on the little chat that we've got on Messenger, and also on here for you. I finally wanted to show you. I haven't done any more really on my own sort of snippet rolls that I've been working on, so I wanted to save that for the 26th. I have finally decided on my palette completely. Now you can't really see it 100% in terms of colorways. I've got a lovely cream here. I've got a sort of soft medium blue. Got a slightly brighter sort of emeraldy green there, and then I've got these two lovely colors. They're not quite coming out as I'm seeing them in reality. This is a lovely sort of teal, sort of greeny blue, and this is a very dark sort of teal, very dark sort of greeny blue. It's most gorgeous, and if you're in the UK, you can buy these from my favourite maker, which is Paintbox Threads. I don't think, unfortunately, they do sell overseas. These are all cotton perlé 8 and 12. 12 is a little bit thinner. Cotton perlé 8 is a bit thicker. And these are the two that I work with most of the time. These are older rolls, or this one's quite modern, of cotton perlé 8, and it is just a joy to work with. So I thought I'd just share my my colour scheme, and to say to you, do have a think now over the next couple of weeks about the colour scheme that you want to use for your first snippet roll. You know, it's totally up to you what you do, but I generally tend to think that odd numbers of colours are best, and I tend to go for a palette of 3 or 5. If it's a small piece, maybe 3. If it's a bigger piece, I tend to go for 5. It's totally up to you as to what you want to do, but it's nice to get thinking now, because we will be able to use the things we've already made for different versions of the snippet roll, because I'm going to go through a number of versions of them, and it'll be nice to sort of decide on our sort of final colorways. So I've got 2 different types of snippet roll that I'm making, and these will be the same colors for both. I've decided to just keep it nice and simple, and I've tried to shy away from my norm. So, you know, if you are like me, you tend to work in the same colors because you like that sort of palette of colors. You know, maybe if you feel like it, stretch yourself a little bit, go for something a little bit different. I tend to be very soft pinks, greens, and neutrals. This is not exactly out of my comfort zone because I love these colors, but I'm just sort of stepping away a little bit from the norm. So finally, I'm just going to see if I can get Ella in on camera. particularly for Jennifer's daughter. Let's see if we can get her to come forward. Whoop. I've just dropped the phone, which is not great. There we go. Let's see if we can get her. Ella! Ella Boo! Here we go. Can't really see her face, but she's there. She's helpful, and she's enjoying being part of the creative process. So I wish you all a lovely rest of the weekend, and I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye. Bye bye from Ella.